Having a global perspective is far way more than saying how much will they pay me for the shift. And volunteering, it always comes with a sacrifice. See, life is not a platter of gold. Also a sacrifice of time, a sacrifice of energy, a sacrifice of resources, a sacrifice of pleasure. Hello. Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be sharing with you 5 life lessons I learned from volunteering as a nurse in the just concluded Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games. Woo! Okay. So as a volunteer for the 2022 Birmingham Commonwealth in England, I am volunteering as a medical personnel, and it's just an amazing one, to be fair. It took a lot, you know. We had like times where we had interviews, we had shortlisting and everything. It was like you probably wanted to do an exam or something and you were probably trying to get the job. But well, I'm just so grateful to God that I was shortlisted. And then we also had about 2 trainings on ground that we went for, and it was just a great one because we could be I had opportunity to meet great minds, and it was really a great one for me, really, because I've never been to Birmingham before. So I had I did not go with a car, so because I don't have one yet, so I had to go on a train, and it took me about an hour and a half on the train. And even far before I got to the center, it's been very amazing. This is my first life lesson from volunteering as a nurse at the just concluded Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games. Volunteering comes with a sacrifice. So the journey started all about around last year. Yes, Birmingham's in 2022. We started preparing for volunteering, for the volunteering position. We started interviews, we wrote some application, did training, they shortlisted us after the interview, and that all started at about November 2021. That was like good planning. So it started November 2021, and volunteering, it always comes with a sacrifice. See, life is not a platter of gold, and also a sacrifice of time, a sacrifice of energy, a sacrifice of resources, a sacrifice of pleasure. I had my first shift, the first shift I had going to Birmingham 2022, after getting all our kits and every other thing, I had to get off the house at about 5 o'clock because okay, I was to resume my shift at 7 o'clock. And leaving, I'm a nurse and I have to be responsible because the Nursing Midwifery Council, their rules and regulations still binds. So I had to leave home as early as about 5 o'clock just to be able to, because Birmingham's is like in another county. I'm in the East Midland, Birmingham's in the West Midland, so it's like that far. And I had friends saying, why do you have to go that far to volunteer? Like, you can just chill out and watch Birmingham's just on your television and all that. And I said, see, nothing good comes on a platter of gold. I had times where there was a time when I was going for my train. I think my last shift, my train was actually cancelled, and I had to like go back. I had to like wait about 2 hours to get to my shift, And it was really challenging, really. I was like, wait, who sent me? But I am so grateful for the experience. The experience is a lifetime experience. Number 2, always have a global perspective to your career. So, we've all come from very far. And, by the time we leave our mother country, we all understand that, see, when you get to Europe, that life and the world is just at your beckon. And we all have to and I think it was really a great one for me, because I was able to leave the local perspective we're all coming from our mother country, and to say, I have the whole world at my beck and call. I can decide whether to fizzle out or to appear and be a blessing. Now, looking at the Commonwealth comes every 4 years. And the next 4 years definitely will not be in England. The next 4 years might not be in any country I would be in. So I just want to make good use of that opportunity. Also, it afforded me of the grace to be able to meet professionals, other professionals in other fields. I had a good experience meeting Tom, who was a sports doctor. And he was able to tell me the nitty-gritty of what they do, the opportunities and every other thing. And it was mind-blowing. It was amazing, because there are a lot of careers that we all don't think they are very important, but they are actually very important. They are actually very great. Also, having a global perspective is far way more than saying how much will they pay me for the shift, because I went for about 6 shifts and it was 8-hour shift that I was not paid for. But more than that, it was like giving back to the community. So having a global perspective, at times you have to overlook the money and look at the opportunities and the people that would be coming across your path. Number 3, contributing and integrating into a global community. See, the word is global. This is 2022, and we all know COVID has changed our world. So the word is global. I was able to meet friends from, I call them friends now, because it's just an opportunity, it's just a time, it's just a second, it's just 5 minutes to meet somebody. And that person, as far as their values aligns with yours, they become a friend. I was able to meet friends from Australia, met some sport team from Nigeria. I was able to speak to one of the Nigerian sport team doctors. I was able to meet Solomon, who was he's a consultant from Solomon from Solomon Highland. And I never believed that there can be an island that small, less than 1 million persons, and they just have only 3 consultants for 1 million person. It's just mind-blowing. Also, I was also able to meet other colleagues. I remember my first shift, I met Sue. Sue happens to be a nurse practitioner, and that was really exciting for me, because I had loved, at one time or the other, I would go into nurse practicing, as a licensed nurse practitioner. And she's retired now. She's worked for more than 30 years, and she's retired. And meeting a nurse practitioner, she was able to encourage me. She was able to give me a lot of advice that would not be in the paper prints. Behind the scene lesson from the athletes. Okay, so after watching the Oregon 2022, I was personally excited to look out for the girls, especially the Nigerian girls. You know what I mean? To look out for the girls in their athletic competition. And trust me, we were all not disappointed. I was not disappointed, really. And from their life, I remember my husband would play the video of Toby Amuso, now Toby Amazon, over and over again. And it really taught me endurance. It taught me perseverance. And I would never forget learning this, that see, the world would not celebrate you until you become a success. So at times, it's like we all are life is challenging at first. You know, while we keep working, while we are trying hard in our career, in our day-to-day activities, while you are struggling with that teenage boy, while you are trying to give your best to your career, nobody's seeing it. While you are burning night candles or night lamps, you know, to write that paperwork, nobody's seeing it. While these guys were training, nobody saw it. But now that they are good medalists and they are world breakers, oh, we all celebrate them. So see, the world would not celebrate your attempt, but your result. So it doesn't matter how long you've been trying hard. It doesn't matter how many times you have had to rewrite that exams. It doesn't, as in nobody cares. It is success the world wants to celebrate. So it was just an encouragement to me, you know, personally, that you've got to keep going, girl. Keep going, and the world will celebrate you one day. To cap all my excitement up, I'll just say something I really learned from the girls. Sorry, I'm calling them the girls. They are ladies, they are mothers, but well, okay. So one thing I really learned from them is that they were able to use that platform as in just the peak of their success. When the eyes of the whole world was fixed and gazed on them, they were able to use that platform to celebrate the one who matters most in the holy universe, which is God and God alone. So I learned that at times our platform, it is a means of evangelism. And until we get to the peak of our success, the whole world, you know, when those girls were saying, oh, God did it, oh, I you know, I'm really grateful, they had time to pray, they encouraged themselves and all that, you know, the good times, the strength they all gave to themselves, you know, we all had to watch them. The whole world had to watch them because they were success. So at the peak of your success, never forget God, because He is the one that matters. He is the one that makes sense. He's the one that makes us all to live in. These girls, they did not sacrifice God for success. You know, they've won a medal, like they won medals, not won, medals. And they were able to push us up on the medal table, which we're all happy. But for more than that, they have won a crown. Or, yes, stars have been added to their crown, because hearing God in their story, I know souls has been saved and men has been brought to the kingdom. So don't sacrifice your soul for success. Thank you all for watching, because I'm still basking in the euphoria of Commonwealth Birmingham 2020. Trust me, England is still on fire, as in we're still celebrating the whole event. Not like England is burning, you know what I mean. And we all love it. Did you watch the closing ceremony? Like, that was amazing and mind blowing. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.